Survival House Network.
And don't like the brags, I don't like the boast. They like hot butter on the breakfast toast. Watching flicks, talking chicks, I like to motorboat. Can Riverman make it, yo, a check? Nope. So look at all these movies I got. Commenting like, should we watch them or not? I know they just be acting for cash, but I still got one question to ask. Like, why'd he do that, do that, do that? If that was me, I'd be like, screw that, screw that, screw that. I'm an alpha, I'd eat through that, through that, through that. So why'd he do that, do that, do that?
Howdy gang, BTM back. Zach's here, I'm Aaron, and we got a little bit of a surprise. Not really. I mean, if you guys follow us, you're probably going to know this is what we're going to do, but what started off last week as some sort of popcorn classic exploitation, I guess is now turning into Back to the Future exploitation.
Yeah, look at that. See, Aaron likes to think he's on top of things, but I fucking play him like a fiddle. I make him think that the things I want to do are his idea and shit. It's pretty funny.
So I don't want to say it was by popular demand or anything. I mean, we had a couple of people say, hey, finish it off. But it was more the fact that me personally, I had a great time doing the first one. And there was so much to talk about. And it was an easy thing to just do a commentary over. And I feel like we're hot and we're on this like roll with Marty McFly. I don't really want to break it. I'd rather knock out these movies instead of coming back in a month and doing part two. Why do it? I mean, we're raring to go now. So let's go ahead and get started. Back to the Future part 2 in 3, 2, 1, play.
Hell yeah, look at this. The flat earth, they're fucking lying again. Why?
You know what? It's funny. It's the case I was making to Zach of why I think we should just round out the whole series. Now, normally when we do a franchise exploitation, usually there's a lot of installments, and most likely it's usually the case where 75% of them are shit. This is the only franchise. It's only 3 movies. It'd be so easy for us to just knock out and not get exhausted on it. And they're all 3 consistently good. I know you could make whatever argument about the third one, blah, blah, blah.
Fuck those people. The third one's a good movie.
But even the third one's good. And so, like, what other franchise can you say that about? Because we did the Nightmare on Elm Street exploitation, right? We did that over the course of a few years. And that's because it's like, well, you do a couple of them, you're tired. You don't want to knock out fucking 8 of those bitches or whatever. And then you got to go through Freddy's Dead. You got to go through Freddy 5. You got to go through the remake and all these shitty movies. This is actually a joy to do 3 movies back to back.
See, look, they didn't just fucking use the old footage for this scene. They reshot it with Elizabeth Shue. See, they didn't have to worry about Claudia Wells fucking pulling that fucking shit like fucking what's his name did.
But that was Crispin Glover in the doorway just then.
Mm-hmm. Look like it.
What the fuck are you drinking, dude?
The fuck I always drink.
What are you drinking?
What I always drink, my red drink.
I hope you edit that out, man. That's the most obnoxious thing. I hate the sound of someone.
Suck a fucking dick. I drink what I want.
It's fucking obnoxious as shit, man.
You're obnoxious as shit. Fucking just shitting on me.
That's so funny. Okay, so
you need to pour some of my red drink in there. It'll fucking fuel that shit up, Doc Brown.
So did they know immediately they were going to make a sequel? Because like, as you said in the last one, there was no to be continued.
No, they didn't know. This is like 5 years later.
Okay, 5 years later, and they filmed it back to back with the third one.
Hell yeah.
Luckily, Michael J. Fox is forever a 5-year-old, and he didn't age.
Hell yeah. I would suck his dick.
Now, why did Claudia Wells not come back? I know 5 years is a big deal. That's a lot of time. Was she busy? I mean, I haven't known her from anything else.
I don't know. I have to look it up. Maybe it's in the fucking trivia.
Look it up, man. You're supposed to be the aficionado of these movies.
Why the fuck am I supposed to be that?
Because these are your favorite movies of all time.
I don't know shit about these movies.
How about that CGI? Did these movies ever get the big re-release like Star Wars and all those and ETs and stuff?
I mean, they didn't fucking change any of the effects like retards, but they put them out again on like Blu-ray and everything.
No, I mean like theatrical runs. You know, Star Wars did that a few times.
Yeah, that's infinitely shittier movies. They get more theatrical runs. Why?
I don't know.
Infinitely. Is that a word?
Infinitely.
Infinitely.
This looks like the intro to Highway to Heaven. You remember that with Michael Landon?
No.
No. There's Billy Zane. And we mentioned...
He was in the first one, too, apparently.
Was he?
Yeah, he's in the credits. Or the cast here.
Was he one of Biff's, like, friends in high school or something? I never noticed it.
I don't know.
I've never noticed that.
How could you not notice the Zane? He's donk.
You didn't know he was in the second one.
He's got a big dick.
So before we started recording, Zach made a point, and I guess he wants an apology. On the last podcast, I was saying he was anorexic and he only ate one time while we were in Crypticon a few weeks ago. But because I had mentioned I've got the bubble guts due to eating some jalapeno jerky, he said that he allegedly bought jalapeno jerky as well, and that I could suck a dick
I got the local jalapeno jerky from fucking wherever it was we were at, and it was fucking donk.
I see. This is allegedly, right? He's saying he did this. I don't recall this. Todd doesn't recall this.
You had a fucking piece of it, and Todd had the rest of it. Whenever we went and talked to Joe Bob, I gave the rest of the bag to Todd.
I had a piece of it?
Yes.
I don't know what fucking plants you're smoking right now.
You fell off the retard tree and had every branch on the way down, I think.
I don't remember it, man.
This movie dog, though. I would come in this movie if it had a pussy.
Yeah, it's pretty good. You know, we mentioned on the last one that I think you too, but we gravitated towards this one as a kid. At least I did. I thought it was the cooler one, just because you got a little bit of everything. You got stuff from the past, and you got the future. You got to see everything. But you know, maybe as time has shown, the first one's maybe the more perfect movie. I don't know. I don't know what I could say bad about this movie. I don't know why the first one's better.
The first one just has so much more heart. For some reason, this one, I mean, they all have that, but fucking this one, it's more, I don't know, it's more like fucking, oh, these are the popcorn versions of the first. I don't know. I can't fucking explain. They're all donk, though.
There's nothing you can really say it's bad about this movie. I don't know why. I think this movie's more quotable, you know, between BBB for pork and...
All the fucking sudden overnight, fucking, you notice how fucking pissed off Marty McFly gets when people call him chicken?
Yeah.
He never acted like that in the first movie.
Yeah, they make it like it's established.
Wouldn't that be funny if we go back and watch the first one and there's a part where somebody calls him a chicken and he just fucking shrugs it off? Like, that doesn't fit. Fuck boys.
Yeah, they establish it well in this one, though.
See, if fucking that hack that made fucking Star Wars make these movies, he would have re-released it and put a scene like that in the first movie.
I think these special effects look amazing for the time. They really do.
They dank me to dust.
Even the car flying and the way it looks superimposed or whatever, I get it. It looks great for the day.
Yeah, I didn't even fucking know that was a real flying car I just saw. What the fuck are you talking about?
Activate feet. That's one of the quotes where, as well. There's a lot.
Fun fact, whenever this was, the first time this was released on like DVD, the box set, that original fucking box set, I got the fucking, whenever they did that, they also did a VHS box set, and I got that. But the DVD box set, they fucked up, and they fucking like, they basically took the full screen version. It didn't have the actual widescreen version for 2 and 3. Had the normal widescreen version for the original, but 2 and 3, it was the full screen version. They just fucking superimposed some black bars on the top and bottom.
That fucking sucks.
And yeah, apparently it was a big mistake, and like people complained, and they re-fucking did it and sent replacements for the people that bought the DVD.
I feel like when that original DVD box set came out, it was kind of a big deal in the movie world. DVDs were new-ish, and I don't think they had ever released a trilogy on VHS, so this was the first time on the new format of the time that they were doing the trilogy. I remember Todd bought it first day, or his brother, I can't remember, but they were huge Back to the Future guys.
I got it Christmas. I asked for it. I didn't specify I wanted the DVDs, so my parents got me the VHS box set, and I was like, well, this is cool, but I wanted DVDs though.
You can get there was two prints and versions of the Blu-ray box set, right? And there's 2 different runs.
Yeah, there's a newer one that has the fucking television, the cartoon with it too.
Yeah, and it probably comes with what? Digital copies too, I imagine, maybe?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm tempted to get that because it's pretty affordable. I mean, it's not expensive. I want to say it's like $20-$30, right? Not a lot. But I just know, they're probably going to come, they'll announce a 4K box set or something as soon as I buy it.
Yeah, remember whatever this date came, just a couple, like, not that long ago, this date came up, and it was like, holy shit, all these movies take place in the past now. That's fucking depressing.
Yeah, it's really weird and surreal.
They released those shoes, limited edition. That was donk.
Yeah.
They weren't self-lacing, really, though. False advertisement.
So Marty's son walks around with his fucking pockets outside? That's what's hip?
Yeah, it's the new fad. See, we should bring it back. It was really popular just a couple years ago, 2015. What the fuck? Why did we let that go so quick? You didn't even fucking notice it. It just came and went.
It's weird. Watching how all these movies predicted the future is always odd.
Mm-hmm. See, maybe this is why she didn't want to come back. It's like, oh, my character just sleeps most of the movie?
Yeah, this is kind of weird. I mean, it feels like the only reason her fucking character's in this movie is because they ended it with her. I'm like,
yeah,
fuck.
they did. That has to be it. Yeah, because it looks like they didn't know what to do with her.
It's like, well, gosh, man, she ended right there. I mean, was it really easier to do this than to somehow write some other scene where they, like, after the date,
they go back a couple seconds before and just he picks up Marty before she comes outside and sees him in the garage.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, it kind of feels like they didn't really know what to do with the character.
I'll read some trivia. To commemorate the release of 30th anniversary Back to the Future Blu-ray box set, a short movie called Back to the Future, Doc Brown Saves the World, he fucking copped our shtick. Back as that fucking cloud chaser. Doc Brown Saves the World was filmed with Christopher Lloyd reprising his role as Doc Brown. In the movie, Doc tapes a video message explaining that he traveled to the 2040s in a rebuilt DeLorean and discovered that inventions such as the hoverboard and hydrated food will cause people to become massively overweight. Oh, I remember this. Yeah, this was on YouTube and shit. See, that's why that shit didn't happen, because Doc Brown went back and fucking stopped it from being invented back then.
You remember when they had the cartoon and Christopher Lloyd hosted sort of the intros and outros, like the Crypt Keeper?
Hell yeah. I never watched any of it, though.
I always thought it was kind of weird. I'm like, because when that cartoon came out, it was, not too much long after the third movie. And I'm thinking, is he really not getting better work than this? Because back then, it's like being on a children's cartoon, even though it probably didn't take him a lot of work or nothing, you would think somebody doing movies actively would shy away from TV because it devalued your brand, right?
Hell no.
It is for the same reason why the Ghostbusters, for example, don't voice themselves in the real Ghostbusters. It devalues you, right?
Maybe back then, not now.
Gosh dang, man. You're fucking obnoxious with that drink.
Yeah, here's that shit. Crispin Glover sued the filmmakers as he had not granted permission to use his likeness in part 2. Crispin's suit name, John Doe, 1 to 100 as defendants, where he did not have to name all the individuals he was suing. That's written fucking dumb. Crispin ended up dropping the lawsuit after the case was settled out of court for $765,000 by Universal's insurance company, Bubba. Did you know that?
Nice.
Did you know that happened?
Look at that.
The Screen Actors Guild subsequently introduced new rules about illicit use of actors. Yeah, that defined how archival footage was to be used in the future. That was a big defining court case at the time.
Goldie Wilson.
It's pretty dog.
Yeah, no, it's pretty cool. What do you think about that? That Jaws 9 or whatever? I get it. I get the joke, but if that was a spoof saying Rocky 9, they wouldn't have been lying.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because literally we have that many fucking Rocky movies now. Did you see that? Let's see, with the Creed movies, there's 8. Did you see that there is 2 more Rocky movies they want to make? Rocky, not Creed, Rocky. They want to make a sequel and like a prequel too.
How are they gonna make a prequel?
I don't fucking know. Yeah, they gonna recast Rocky as he like that.
They're gonna CGI de-age his face with CG the whole time,
or like that, dude. That's kind of what they're doing now.
We already have a fucking Rocky prequel. It's called The Wild Stallion, and it's fucking dog. You ever see his cock?
No, what?
It's a nice cock.
The fuck are you talking about?
He did that porno, Wild Stallion.
The Italian Stallion?
Well, yeah, whatever. The Italian Stallion.
Okay. I don't get what you're saying.
Hey, look. It was fucking Reagan. He was in the news recently.
What?
Did you see that shit?
What?
They uncovered some fucking audio tape of Ronald Reagan being racist as fuck.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
First of all, they didn't predict that. Reagan's dead. But anyway, tell me about it.
Yeah, I just heard news about it. Yeah. I guess there was some court case where like a bunch of the people were black, and I guess they ruled in their favor. They were dancing in the fucking courtroom, and he said something fucked up about it, I guess.
What'd he say? I mean, you're quoting an article. What he said? Well, okay, well, I have to look it up because that's pretty crazy.
I didn't bother fucking looking at it. It's like Ronald Reagan, of course he's fucking probably racist.
He comes from a certain era,
They were all racist back then.
Men kind of were. Let's see here. Racists.
See, look, here's an old fucking Biff. He was probably racist when he was younger. You see an old man now, the chances are they're probably racist.
What else did Biff do as an actor?
He was in that fucking horror movie, fucking April Fool's Day, where there's never a kill on screen, and then at the end you find out it was all an April Fool's Day joke.
Okay, never saw it.
Fucking noob.
I bought a couple of things. They should be arriving at my doorstep anytime now. I bought the Vestron Warlock collection.
Oh yeah, I never seen any of those.
Yeah, and you know what's funny is I'm kind of worried that they're all gonna suck because when I was a kid, those are movies that I watched when I was a kid. And I don't think I've seen all of them, but I remember watching the first couple, and it's kind of spotty. On you know how you are when you're a kid, you remember scenes. You don't really remember the whole context of things. So I'm totally prepared to watch them and be like, wow, these are fucking terrible. But it was pretty low price. So I'm like, yeah, why not? I'll get it. And I finally got a copy of Evil Tunes. Because it was like $14.99. I'm like, yeah, why not? I gotta have it. Oh, it was young Elijah Wood.
Was it really?
That was totally Elijah Wood.
Oh, I would suck Elijah's cock.
That's like 5-year-old Elijah, dude.
Hell yeah. Fucking the less fucking age, the better. Younger the cock, the sweeter the honey.
I wonder where this was filmed. This kind of looks like it's a Universal lot. And if so, I wonder if any of this stuff's still intact on the Universal lot, like in these buildings.
I don't know. Would you fuck Biff, though?
Absolutely not. I think they do have the DeLorean in Universal because I think I saw it. It's on the tour.
That's a donk helmet he's got.
Dude, I always wonder what the chick with the claw was doing to him. Was she like, when I was a kid, I always thought she was stabbing it inside of his nutsack. Like she actually pierced him. Look at this. Watch. Look at that.
Did she just grab his cock?
Yeah, she grabbed him by the dick.
He grabbed her by the pussy. Here's a fun fact, filmed at the same time as Back to the Future 3. It was claimed at the time that in the 4 years since Back to the Future was made, Michael J. Fox had forgotten to ride a skateboard. However, motor skills are not so easily lost in riding a bicycle. Michael J. Fox has since stated that this was an early symptom of Parkinson's disease, although the medical diagnosis was not made until 91.
Interesting.
Yeah, he said he learned how to play guitar and stuff for the first movie, and he can't do it anymore because of it.
Interesting.
Not donk.
When the chipper comes to physical time.
Yeah, why do you say it like that? What the fuck?
I don't know. It's funny.
For some reason, that's always memorable.
Oh, because the chicken. So it's a generational thing. Oh, wait. No, it's not. This is still old Marty. My bad. Yeah, because it totally doesn't look like he's holding something behind his back.
What the fuck is Reagan looking at back there?
Okay, so what is the main beef with Back to the Future 3? Why do people not like it so much?
Because they're fucking retarded.
I don't think I don't know if there's too much like quote unquote hate on it. I don't know if people despise it, but
I think people didn't like it because it was a fucking Western.
it is kind of weird. It's kind of the odd man out because the first two are way more similar than the third one with any of them. But it is kind of odd. It doesn't feel like they would have filmed them back to back. The third one kind of feels like a movie they would have not planned, but decided to make a sequel a handful of years later. And it's like, okay.
To me, part 3 is the weakest in the trilogy, but it's still like an 8 out of 10.
Yeah, it's definitely the weakest in this trilogy. 8 out of 10?
Fuck yeah.
I mean, it's good. I don't know. So what is the first and the second one then?
Fucking the first one's a 10 out of 10, the second one's a 9 out of 10. What the fuck what does a 9 translate to? I loved it. 10 is I really loved it. Fucking 8 is I really liked it. So yeah, that's about right.
I think a 10 is I can't think anything should be changed about this movie. I think it's perfect to me.
Oh no. I grade them on fucking how much I enjoy them.
Well,
I don't go hoping a movie's perfect.
I mean, if you're grading on enjoyment, I mean, to me this was just as enjoyable as the first one in its own way. I mean, come on.
I think the first one's a little better.
I think it's better too, but you're the one that's grading on enjoyment.
Well, I enjoy the first one a little bit more then.
Well, explain yourself, dickhead.
I just did. I just did. First one's got more heart.
Did you ever go to Universal Studios? Remember they used to have like the Back to the Future ride and stuff?
Never been there.
Yeah, well, you never left your small town, is that right?
Why the fuck did you ask me that? Hey, isn't that Carlos?
Hey, that guy right there, because you ain't got power, that guy. I think that looks like, is that Jason Scott Lee?
How's fucking Carlos from Freddy's Dead?
No, the Asian dude.
The guy that yelled that was Carlos.
No, you're talking about the skinny guy with the fucking shit on his face, dude.
Well, didn't he yell that?
No, the Asian guy said, power!
Oh, fuck. I'm on discombobulated.
I think that's Jason Scott Lee. I'd have to look.
Who the fuck's he?
He was in a bunch of shit, man. Hey, there's got to be more trivia for this film.
Carl Sagan considered this the greatest time travel movie ever made. He praised the accuracy of handling the multiple timelines as what would really happen if time travel were possible. In Back to the Future, the game, Carl Sagan is the alias used by Doc Brown when visiting Hill Valley in 1931.
Did you play the whole game?
No, but luckily I did download it before apparently they took it off, so I still got it.
I know, I told you that in the last one.
Carl Sagan, remember that show Cosmos?
Nope.
Beta Boy.
Actually, no, I do remember the show, but I never watched it.
They remade it recently. With the other guy.
DeGrasse Tyson? That guy?
Yeah, Neil in the grass. You ever kneel in the grass and take a shit?
No.
I do.
So that jacket looks like it's made of Kevlar, man. Looks heavy duty.
What's Kevlar?
It's that shit, it's that shit they make like bulletproof vests out of,
Dog.
I think. Right?
Hey, here's the cummies. That's a guy in old man makeup.
Yeah, no, so that's what I was going to ask. Is he somebody that I'm missing that was in the first one? Because he's totally in prosthetic.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's kind of odd to me.
That's some money on the cubbies.
Or maybe he was in a deleted scene that's like in the movie in the past.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird.
Maybe it's just one of those little Easter eggs I've never noticed. Maybe he is in the movie we never knew.
Maybe, or maybe he's like the director or something. It's a cameo.
I don't know. It's odd. I want to find... There's got to be a lot of shit on this movie. I'm going to look up some more.
Wish I could go back in time and shoot my cummies on your mommy. That's what I would have said. I would have meant it, too. This chick's pretty cute. The Dustbuster. Griff's Pitbull. Griff? Why they write Griff? His name's Biff.
What? No way.
Griff's Pitbull hoverboard. Oh yeah, that's the kid version. Hoverboard was originally to be called Mad Dog to foreshadow his character in Back to the Future Tree.
Yeah, so first film appearance by Elijah Wood. This is his debut, right? I'm looking at trivia too. It also says here in the DVD extras, you'd know about this because I never had it on DVD. Back to the Future Part 2, it said Robert Zemeckis said that he really did not want the movie to take place in the future, and that's because he felt that every time a movie did that, it always mispredicted it. This one is probably the biggest fucking guilty party of that.
Oh yeah, see, they thought we would have fucking advanced more. Like, we always think we're better than we are. People refuse to believe that we're just fucking glorified, fucking retarded monkeys. It's pretty sad. I don't get it. I think it's pretty fucking obvious we're retarded.
This is hard to believe. According to Michael J. Fox, he found out there was going to be a sequel to Back to the Future when he watched the VHS version, and the words said "to be continued" were added at the end.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He immediately called his agent to make sure he was going to be in the sequel. Now, I thought you watched it on VHS for the first time and you never saw that.
I don't know.
Maybe it was a printing or a...
Well, no, I said it was probably added to the VHS, but it wasn't in the original.
But you said you never... I'm confused. Maybe I'm getting mixed up. But so every version that we've seen, I never saw it in theaters, so every version I've seen probably said to be continued.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I didn't know there was sequels until later in life. Robert Zemeckis and Bob Gale have admitted in DVD commentary that they were originally not interested in doing a sequel to the successful Back to the Future, and that the open ending was for the first movie was simply meant to be a final joke. However, when plans for a sequel were made by the studio, they chose to remain involved in the continuation of their creation and even extended it to 2 sequels. Zemeckis has claimed that if he knew that he was going to make a sequel, he would have made sure that Marty's girlfriend Jennifer wasn't in the car at the end of the first movie.
So he admits, we didn't know what to do with this bitch.
Yeah. This is why Jennifer's knocked out by Doc Brown and left behind so early in the movie.
That's pretty funny. And now, wasn't Zemeckis a pretty big... Wasn't he a big cheerleader for he wanted the Western? He's like, doesn't he stand behind 3 a lot?
I don't know. Maybe we'll get to that.
Let's see. They almost named his hoverboard Biff's Mad Dog to foreshadow his ancestor. I don't know why they changed that.
I just fucking said that, bad boy.
You did?
Yeah, fuck up.
You did? Fuck, I don't listen to you.
Hey, you don't.
Did you really just say that?
Yeah, like 5 minutes ago.
I'm not even fasting. I can't blame it on fasting this time.
Yeah, it's because you're fucking anorexic. You're talking this shit about me being anorexic. You hadn't even eaten fucking 3 days. Fuck boy.
It was 4.
Exactly.
I mean, I guess her character does do something. I mean, no, not really. I mean, isn't she? Yeah, isn't she the whole reason why he has the meetup with his parents in the future and his future self?
Yeah, he goes to get her.
I mean, they probably could have found another way around that, but they probably wrote that along with it. But I'm trying to think of another way. If Jennifer wasn't in the movie, what's another way they could have had Marty go to his current day? Because they were going to do that anyway. There's no way you can't not have him interact with his future self too.
Mm-hmm. He doesn't interact though. He just sees him. He doesn't.
Well, include them. I mean.
Mm-hmm. It worked out for the best. That's what happens when you get non-hacks to fucking write the sequel instead of fucking what's that fucking retarded's name made Star Wars?
Oh, George Lucas.
Yeah, fuck him.
I thought you were going to talk about James Cameron. Dude, that new Terminator movie still pisses me off.
I don't give a fuck about it. I probably won't even watch it till it's on Blu-ray.
Yeah, I really don't. And the hype behind it and just the fact that James Cameron is back doesn't do anything for me. And the fact that Linda Hamilton's back doesn't do anything for me. The fact that it looks like a Charlie's Angels movie doesn't do anything for me. And like I said, I ran across some spoilers and the story's absolute dog shit.
What makes you think the spoilers are true? It's just some retard on the internet. I could write anything.
Well, I went down the rabbit hole, man. Somebody put the general synopsis down, and I went down the rabbit hole, and they were talking about the sources of the plot leak and everything else, and it all seemed to check out to me. And the fact that they dropped Edward Furlong being in it at Comic-Con was also bullshit. I'm like, look, if Edward Furlong's John Connor had any sort of meat in this movie, he would have been advertised in the trailers, or you guys would have mentioned this before. You can clearly see by those trailers that he is not a main player in this movie.
So what's that tell you? He probably dies at the movie or something.
I already know the whole fucking thing, and it's bullshit. It's absolute bullshit. And I'm not going to sit there and talk about it too much because some people might be into it. But
oh, fuck yeah. Look at his daughter. I would fuck that chick.
If you were, Marty?
Fuck yes.
Dude, because you could have fucked your mom and your daughter.
Fuck yes.
In the past and one in the future. You could have fucked future Leah Thompson and fucking weird dime store Crispin Glover. What's he doing?
He's got a devil lock.
I mean, in the future, is somehow hanging upside down good for you now?
Yeah, it makes all the blood go to your head. So, keeps you on your feet.
I feel like that was one of the clever things they did to sort of like take the attention away from his face, that it's not really him.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, they got the same kind of TV that Douglas Quaid does in Total Recall. Oh, wait, that's lame. It's a projector screen.
Yeah, but it wasn't fucking projecting onto the blinds. That's crazy. That's crazy technology.
I liked the Douglas Quaid technology where the walls were just TVs. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, he's got a devil lock, though.
Yeah, dude, I mean, if you were going to recast him, of course we never knew that they changed the actor, because with the prosthetics on, you can get away with that with almost anybody with a similar build.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and a decent enough impression.
Hell yeah. Fucking Hillside, baby. Hillside Strangler.
And I didn't even notice that, but that would also be the reason why in Back to the Future 3, his ancestors are Leah Thompson and Michael J. Fox, and not Leah Thompson and Crispin Glover.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yep.
That's fucking weird. I never really thought about that.
Fucking, maybe he had some inbreeding at some point in his heritage.
Yeah, I mean, I say it's really, really weird.
It's dog shit.
Seamus McFly. So, back then, was there really a whole lot of Irish people in back then? Because the potato famine hadn't happened yet.
I fucking know.
I mean, I'm sure there were some. I don't know. I didn't really think too many of them came over in the Wild West days. But when they came over...
And then they hated them, too. They're like, fuck you, Irishmen. Well, the fuck out of here.
I don't know how they would have been portrayed back in the Wild West days, but in the Gold Rush days. But yeah, when they started coming over due to the potato famine, they were all thrown into the ghetto housing, and they lived by the rivers, and they were seen as the dirge of society. And they were basically like, they were lower class.
Yeah, another reason we're just glorified fucking monkey retards. It's dog shit.
Dude, they used to depict them in all the political artwork and stuff, right? They used to depict like Irish people as like monkeys and just animals and whatever, drunken. It was usually the drunk stereotype. I mean,
monkey.
I think the drunk stereotype art that they used to do didn't help, and also it just came from the whole drunk thing. It just came from the fact that they were on Skid Row. They were poor, right?
Oh yeah.
And so I think a lot, like anything. Like any poor society, there's usually alcoholism attached, probably depression attached, and drug use or whatever. So I think that's where it all came from.
Mm-hmm.
Not just the Guinness factory.
Guinness.
So let's see. How well did they predict what Michael J. Fox was going to look like in this year? Not that well.
Oh, he looks fucking, he looks way more handsome in real life.
That's what I'm saying. He looks better than they made him look in this.
Exactly.
Self-walking dog leash.
Hell yeah. That dog knows how to fucking party. You don't fucks with a dog like that.
So
yeah, so I've been walking my dog nighttime.
Yeah.
And you remember that old fucking episode of Unsolved Mysteries about the guy that got like struck by lightning and he walks underneath streetlights and they'll fucking turn off?
Yeah.
That's been happening to me.
No.
It's fucking weird. It does happen every time, but like I swear, like fucking 8 out of 10 times. The last couple of times I've been walking my dog, it happened. And it's probably just because I live in a shitty town and they just need new streetlights. This is dank technology right here.
Yeah, dude, I always wanted, this is a little kid's dream, dude. I always thought this was so fucking cool as a kid. I'm like, oh, and this pizza looks so good to me. Let me see.
Hell yeah. You know how to hydrate a pizza. She just touched it with her hands, too. That's the hot shit.
And I never noticed that until I've never really put that together. That's weird.
But it's not cooking it, it's hydrating it, so it probably didn't get hot.
That's so weird.
It's donk shit. It's cool technology.
Yeah, there's some things that will never change. I don't think oven technology hasn't really changed. I mean, ovens themselves change, but the technology doesn't change. I think we'll always have pizza the same way. We'll always have pizza delivered. It's so funny how toilet paper hasn't advanced in our society as far ahead.
Why do we still have toilet paper?
Look, I was going to say, as far ahead as our society has come in every other way, technology outgrows itself faster than we can afford to buy it, right? With computers, phones.
Yeah.
It's crazy. We can't keep up with it, but yet we're still wiping our ass with tissue paper.
Yeah, like every other country has those fucking bidet things that fucking shoot water up your ass. Why don't we get that?
We can't. I mean, I think there's just some inventions that are maxed out from the get-go. You can't
it's
really...
It's like people like whenever you're wiping a baby's fucking a butt and you accidentally get fucking shit up your arm or something. You don't just fucking wipe it off with toilet paper. You fucking scrub that shit. Why don't we scrub our fucking asses? This is nasty shit, really.
I mean, it is, and most people don't use baby wipes or anything to go in after, like for a once-over when you're done wiping. So you know... Especially if like people are out and working and you're using public bathrooms, right? People have to do that. So you know everybody that's walking around outside has shit crusties in their ass.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? You're wiping your ass till there's not enough brown on the paper. Like your ass isn't totally clean, right?
You're just fucking rubbing it in.
You're just smearing it across the place.
And if you're a dude, you fucking smeared it into your hairs and shit.
It's just really odd to me. But yeah, it makes sense. Maybe in order to advance toilet paper, we'd have to advance the toilet itself because, well, I mean, we have to flush it down a toilet. So it's like, how much better we're going to get than that paper that's flushable.
Yeah, see, I got a shit septic tank, so I can't flush shit anyway. I just fucking put it in the trash can.
Shut up.
Oh, yeah.
No, you don't. Shut up.
Yeah, I do.
What?
Would I fucking lie about that?
Tell me again. You don't flush anything?
I can't flush toilet paper. I have to put it in the trash can.
No.
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
And you just put it in the trash can in the bathroom?
Yup.
And you let it reek of shit stink for God knows how long?
It smells like shit.
Huh.
It's all good, though.
Why is it all good?
It's all good, though, because if I run out of clean toilet paper, I can fish some of the not-so-dirty, shitty toilet paper out whenever I run out.
Wait. That makes sense, because didn't you tell me one time that's what you did?
Hell yes.
And I was thinking to myself, wait a second, why did he have shitty toilet paper in a basket for him to even use if he flushes it?
That's what happens when you live in the ghetto.
Are you fucking with me?
You live in the ghetto.
You really don't flush your toilet paper?
I can't. I flush fucking too much toilet paper and it gets backed up. I gotta call some fucking retard to come suck that shit out of my backyard.
So everybody, your mom, everybody's fucking just shoving their toilet paper in a fucking trash can.
Fucking, yeah, anybody comes over wants to shit in my fucking shitter.
How many bathrooms you got in your house? Do you at least have your own bathroom where you can do this? Or is it everybody just doing it together and throwing it in the pile?
One bathroom.
And you're all just throwing it on the pile?
Hell yeah. I want to see Elizabeth Shue fuck old Elizabeth Shue.
Hold on. So, you do at least have a fucking trash bin in the bathroom, right? You're not like carrying your nasty toilet paper through the house
It's got its own trash bin.
Okay. Does this trash bin at least have a lid? Otherwise, come on. It's got a lid, right?
It's got no lid.
Are you fucking with me?
It's not one of those R2-D2 fucking waste baskets.
So if I went over to your house right now and I had to go to the bathroom in any regard, I'm going to see a trash bin full of just wads of shitty toilet paper.
You're going to see shit and smell shit.
So like you could be sitting on the shitter and looking over to your right side of your shoulder and see a trash bin with whoever just went to the bathroom before you. It could be your mom's shit all over the top.
Hell yeah. It comes in handy if you're if you're sick and you want to hurry up throw up. So you just grab that you just look at the shit and just imagine like taking your tongue to it, and then you'll throw up real quick. It's one of my secret weapons.
Understood. Anyway, you're right. Bidets. We should all have them. And I think there's nothing that says we can't have them. I think you can import them, you know? But
legal.
I think it should be the standard.
Definitely looking to get one if I ever get a new fucking toilet.
It feels weird.
Hell yeah.
You'd have to get used to it. I think if you got used to it, it'd be great.
I'm assuming it feels like it does whenever I do it in the shower.
Do you have one of those like removable nozzles you can?
Hell yeah!
And you shove it up your ass?
Fuck yes!
Yeah, and that's you seriously? So I don't have one of those, but I've already said it on the podcast. I do the thing where I go up like an inch or so into the ass crevice, into the cavity to make sure it's nice and clean.
Fuck yeah!
And I do like to use baby wipes. I gotta feel clean, man. And once you've spoiled your ass and it knows what it feels like to be truly clean, you can't go back to not using wet wipes or whatever. You just feel like a fucking total degenerate. You feel like, well, I might as well just have a trash can next to my toilet where everybody just throws shitty toilet paper inside and just let everything go to hell.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, Zach's already there.
Fuck yeah, you're not hardcore unless you live hardcore. A great man said that, Jack Black.
I looking at Jennifer there, I almost
just want to come on her tits.
I almost think maybe they didn't ask for Claudia Wells to return because, wasn't Elizabeth Shue hot at the time? Like as an actor? You know what I mean? Like maybe they wanted a more marketable face. But why would they? But wait, that begs another question. If they had to recast her, why would they waste that much money on a character that's asleep the whole damn thing on somebody that was a really in-demand actor at the time? You know what I mean?
I assume she probably just couldn't come back, so they just probably it's probably a studio thing. Like, let's put a big face in that role, probably.
And it's the easiest role of the decade for her because she gets to sleep the whole time.
Yeah, I'm scrolling through the fucking trivia looking for a highlighted fucking name of Claudia Wells. I'm not seeing it.
Wouldn't that be the greatest troll of all time? Like, we make a movie, right? And we bill it as like, give me two actors. Give me two actors, right?
Fucking Pauly Shore.
Pauly Shore.
And fucking Kevin James.
Okay, Kevin James. Pauly Shore and Kevin James. Let's say they're both marketable. All right. And that's what's selling the movie. And they're on the front of the movie cover. They're on the movie poster at the marquee. And you know what? They even like show both of them in the trailer or whatever. But when you see the movie, Pauly Shore's sleeping on a couch the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
And you see him throughout the whole movie, but he's never awake.
Yeah, let's recast the fucking... We're going to remake Half Baked, and Pauly Shore's going to be the guy on the couch.
This was so cool, man. Dude, watch. I loved this scene. And I loved... Like, it blew my mind, the whole split timeline thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I understood what was going on, but I didn't quite fully grasp it. I didn't really fully grasp it. But it's really cool. I loved it. They really did. I mean, they really nailed it. I mean... this movie does everything. I didn't even think about that. It does the past, it does the future, and it does an alternate future on top of that. It's awesome.
Mm-hmm. This is the real future now in real life. See, that's the problem. We were fucking judging by the wrong timeline. This is more like the fucking future we ended up getting.
Look, they all have shitty cars circa 1990 or 89.
Biff is the president. Fucking, there's no flying cars.
Look, the cop cars were still of the day, though.
Mm-hmm.
Of like 1989.
Actually, this is a fucked up 1989, right? Or am I wrong? No, this is the future.
This is the future. Like, Hill Valley turned into a ghetto, torn down, and that black family was now living in his house. And yeah,
we ain't gonna be terrorized.
Is this where he sees the? Oh wait.
Yeah, it is 85.
Okay, my bad. I'm getting slacker.
Yeah, you fell off that fucking retard tree again.
Yeah, I'm getting confused. See, it's time travel, man. You can't trust it. It fucks with your head sometimes.
That's the thing with aliens, too. Elizabeth Shue was actually the third person to play Marty's girlfriend. Jennifer Melora Hardin briefly played Jennifer when Eric Stoltz was originally cast as Marty. Then Claudia Wells played Jennifer along with Fox as Marty in Back to the Future.
Why'd they recast her with Eric Stoltz? I did not know that. Why'd they do that?
I don't know.
She might have just spoke up and said the wrong thing at the wrong time. When they're firing Eric Stoltz, she like says something objective, and she's like, "You know what? You're gone too, bitch."
Yeah.
Anybody else want to go while we're recasting?
She's like, Eric Stoltz is gonna be the next big thing, and no one's gonna remember this fucking Family Ties retard. He ain't gonna sell your movie.
I want to live in a world where they cast Mark Price from Family Ties. That's who they poached from Family Ties. Like, we want this kid right here to be in our movie.
Oh yeah. There he is again, my fucking boy. See, he said his character name there, but I can never tell what he said. Red? Something like that. Elizabeth Shue said that this was her favorite project in a People interview.
Oh, yeah.
And she didn't do much in it.
That's probably why. She probably got a decent paycheck for it.
Yeah, I got to really fucking sleep on set, and they just filmed around me.
You know, I'm surprised that's her answer. I mean, she was in a lot of big movies today, like Cocktail and whatnot, but, you know, Adventures of Babysitting is probably her signature movie because it's her movie. She's not the girl to the lead like Tom Cruise. She's not the girl to Marty McFly. That was her movie. She was the babysitter.
I've been wanting to watch that again. It's been a while.
Yeah. You know what's weird is if you haven't watched it in a while and you go back and you watch it again, you remember the character, the mechanic, the grease monkey? And she's like, Thor!
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If you haven't seen it in a long time and you watch it, you'll be like, holy shit, I never knew it was that guy. But that's Vincent D'Onofrio. You know, in Walter.
Oh, yeah. Did I ever tell you about that fucking doofy-ass movie he made?
Yeah, you did. You told it on the last one.
We should do that movie. It'd be hilarious. It's so cringy.
Okay, I'm gonna go to Claudia Wells' fucking IMDb, look for trivia, see if it says anything. Okay. Hell yeah! 26 years after first portraying the character Back to the Future, she reprised her role as Jennifer Parker in Back to the Future the Game, Episode 3, Citizen Brown, and Back to the Future the Game, Episode 4, Double Vision. With the exception of Christopher Lloyd and Michael J. Fox, she is the only actor to appear in any of the 3 Back to the Future films to reprise her role in the game. Claudia Wells was born... best remembered as Jennifer. She was replaced in the sequel by Elizabeth Shue. Wasn't able to reprise the role of Jennifer, Marty McFly's girlfriend, in the sequel because her mother had been diagnosed with cancer. All right.
Oh.
That'll do it.
That's a bummer. Well, at least you had good reason. Have you ever heard of Andy Sedaris? He's a filmmaker that used to make a bunch of... There he is. There's the Zane. Made a bunch of really schlocky movies. A lot of times he would cast a lot of Playboy playmates. And, you know, like really over the top. A lot of like cheesy boobs and a lot of over the top violence and schlocky B movies. Anyway, I just because they were really cheap on Amazon, I got into the buying spirit and I bought a few of his movies from the 80s.
Nice.
And supposedly they come with digital copies. They all have digital copies in the front, but now I fully expect to get these in the mail, and they're like the digital copies where you have to like, you know what I mean? Like where it's like, oh, you can download this on your computer. Great. Those are so stupid. But I got Malibu Express, Hard Ticket to Hawaii.
Oh, I remember that one.
Do you really? Oh, those are the only 2 I got. I'm sorry. I didn't actually get the third one. Those are only like $6.99 a piece. So I'm like, yeah, why not? I'll give them a chance. They might be a good laugh, but if they're good, I'll let you know. If they're really schlocky or if anybody likes them, we could always try and do commentaries for them if they're that good.
Mm-hmm.
Like he directed a movie and Eric Estrada was in it like in the 90s. And it's the same type of vein, just total schlock fest.
Mm-hmm. Lorraine, there she is. And see, they didn't see her. Look at those tits.
Yeah, how did they do? Is that just a push-up bra doing its thing?
I don't know, yeah. The shooting title for the movie was Paradox. During some special features on the DVD release, it is seen used on the slate during the making of the movie. Yeah, sometimes they have fake titles while they're shooting it, so people didn't report on it, so that it.
Yeah, they do that a lot. So wait, what was the fake title? Did they say? Sorry.
Paradox.
Yeah, movies do that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So his other henchman is Glenn Danzig back there, and some guy that looks like, I don't know, one of the Beastie Boys. Speaking of Glenn Danzig, I really wanted to go to Psycho Las Vegas. It's a music festival going on in a few months, and one of the headliners, it's across 3 days. One of the headliners for, I think, Saturday or whatever was Megadeth, and singer Dave Mustaine got throat cancer, so he canceled their entire tour. And they replaced him with the original Misfits. They added a date on their quasi reunion thing, and I wanted to go because that was that's actually a better replacement. Like, holy shit, what a level up for him. And I can't. All the tickets, all the single day tickets for that day are all sold out and in the second market. And I could buy tickets for the whole weekend, but I don't want to go the whole weekend, and it's too much money.
Yeah. Oh, hey, whenever they originally greenlit the sequel, they had another guy write it, Bob Gale.
Yeah, Bob Gale
originally wrote the script for part 2, revolving around the 60s. It was rewritten because when Robert Zemeckis returned from Who Framed Roger Rabbit, he didn't like it. So it would probably been a completely different character going Back to the Future.
Yeah, I don't think that's the first time he worked. Bob Gale and is that the only time he worked with Robert Zemeckis?
I don't know.
Let me see. I'm gonna look at it. Well, I mean, he co-produced all 3 of them. Let's see. They say, okay, Bob Gale is noted as the gatekeeper for the franchise. That's what Michael J. Fox said. Yeah, so Bob Gale's a pretty big deal. I wonder why he didn't do any more of the writing then. So the same guy who wrote the first one wrote this one too at the first pass?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Them titties, though.
Yeah, he worked with Zemeckis a lot.
Dude, I would just shoot my cubbies all over them tits and then let them marinate in my juices.
And Bordello Blood.
Oh yeah, this is his dad died, baby. I'll get Biff killed him. I forgot.
Dude, I honestly never knew this. Did you know that Bordello of Blood was written by Bob Gale and Robert Zemeckis? Gross.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen Bordello of Blood all the way through.
Really?
It's always one of those movies where it's like, oh yeah, I like this, and then it just kind of falls apart. I stop watching it.
Yeah, it's schlocky, and I always remember it kind of like, well, it can't be as bad as I remember it, because I think about it, I'm like, it's kind of funny, and I remember that scene. But then you watch it, and it just kind of reeks of like a USA made-for-TV movie, and the fact that they thought Dennis Miller could be the star of it was weird. It's not a bad movie. I don't really know. I don't really have an opinion, I guess.
You should have got fucking Bruce Campbell or somebody.
I like Dennis Miller, but I'm not sure he's a leading man.
Did you say he ripped off the fucking, what's his name, Bill Hicks?
No, you're thinking of Dennis Leary.
Oh.
Not Dennis Miller. Dennis Leary copped his entire act.
Oh, he's the guy from that fucking, what was that? I forgot. Yeah.
Rescue Me. He was in the...
Yeah,
that guy.
The guy's the same name.
Yeah.
Same guy.
Yeah. Speaking of Bill Hicks, it always makes me think of Tool. And because Tool was friends with Bill Hicks, and they always quote. Anyway, did you see that Tool? It's a big deal in the music world. Tool finally released all their shit to musical platforms.
Yeah, so was that like built up? It's like, oh, Tool, they're going to be announcing a new album or something. And then it came out. It was like, oh, no, we're just putting this shit on digital.
No, they do have a new album coming out this month.
I was going to say, because if they were like teasing, like, oh, yeah, we got big news, and then that was it, that'd be fucking retarded.
No, they announced, they kind of announced both at the same time. The new album was already quoted a couple of weeks ago. It's coming out this month, and it's got a date. And then I think Maynard James Keenan went on Rogan's podcast and he announced the name of the album and that all their stuff was going to stream, which I knew that was the case. I'm like, there's no way they can have an album gap of 16 years and not release it and also in conjunction with digital, because it'll tank.
Mm-hmm.
Because now that they, just too many people consume their music that way. And think about it, 13 years since the last album. Dude, fucking, you got a whole new generation of kids you got to attract, right?
Mm-hmm.
That don't know about fucking CDs and buying shit. So it's like, you better just get with the times.
Didn't somebody try to Me Too him, though? What if Spotify's like, hey, somebody else tries to Me Too him? They're like, fuck it, we're taking their shit off.
Dude, for some reason, all that shit deflected off him.
Yeah.
Isn't that really weird? Because that was in the thick of it. And some girl said that, I believe she said it was on the Lateralist tour, like in 2001 or something.
And then he came out and said, that shit didn't happen, fuck you.
And
then it just went away.
And that was enough.
She's just like, okay, all right. Like, what the fuck?
Who knows, man? What if she was making it up and she's like, oh, I wouldn't expect him to.
No, that's not how this works. You're supposed to just say sorry and then move on.
Yeah. And she
fucked it up, mayonnaise.
But who knows, man? You know what's funny is I just think I like those Tool records, but are they worth the hype of decade and a half long gaps? No. It's like how I just don't think anything. There's no way this new record can live up to 13 years. So you shouldn't even try and approach it like that. I heard like they were playing 2 new songs at some of their most recent shows or whatever, and they sounded like Tool. They didn't sound like fucking God's Gift or anything, right? They didn't sound like audible, music version sex. It wasn't. It was just
Tool's always been one of those bands that I've always wanted to like more than I do.
So
like I like them enough.
It's funny because I think that's Radiohead for me, but no, for me, Tool's a band that I like more than you think I would. I think I like them more than I want to, because I can't stand Maynard James Keenan. I think he's a pompous fucking douchebag. I think he's I think he was way better when he did the whole Mystique thing and didn't like to show his face and talk. And now I just want him to go away because he's so up his own ass. But I can't deny that, Anima is an amazing album and Lateralus is a fucking perfect album. Like, they're really good. But
see, I remember back whenever the hype was huge for them was whenever the Anima came out or whatever, and people were like, "Oh yeah, you fucking Tool though." So I go and I buy fucking their first CD, thinking that's the one everybody's fucking jizzing over.
Undertow or Opiate, the EP?
The first Undertow, and I'm like, this is okay.
See, Undertow's good, but they hadn't quite reached their final form. They had a progression like most bands that are successful enough to be able to, have a progression. But it's kind of like System of a Down, right? Did you listen to System of a Down, or at least familiar?
Yeah.
Okay, so listen to that first System of a Down album. It's like, it sounds like System of a Down, but you could tell they're not quite refined yet, right?
I think I like it better
than the second album.
Do you really? Okay.
I think so.
And then you have the second album, which is a more refined version of the first album. But then you have what I think their final form is, which was the Hypnotize, Mesmerize, right? Where they kind of they finally refined it down to what I think System of a Down is. And
System of a Down syndrome.
Yeah. But that's the way I feel like Tool is. So you listen to Undertow, and it's not really... It doesn't have those like mathy, proggy vibes, that weird vibes. It's a little bit more straight ahead rock, but some of the themes are there lyrically, and you get little tastes of what the signature Tool sound would be in like Prison Sex and most notably Sober. But the rest of the album is pretty straight ahead. Then they kind of had the next album with Anima where it's like, okay, this sounds like more the Tool we know. And then they go full on conceptual with fucking Lateralus. And to me, that's...
See, I don't even know if I've listened to Lateralus all the way through.
Lateralus is incredible.
I think that one just never grabbed me.
So it's great.
I should try it again.
Because it's a concept album. You have to listen to it as a whole. When you listen to it, it's like, if you're just picking it apart, every other track is a segue track. So when you get done listening to it, you're like...
That's how the other one is, too. Yeah.
Not every other track, but yeah, there's a lot of segue tracks. But the other one is a little bit more streamlined to me, Anima. And there's a lot more like just legit tracks on it. You know, there's like a few little segue tracks. Literally, Lateralus, every other track is a seg track or an instrumental. And when you get done listening to it, you kind of have this takeaway of, wow, there was like 4 real songs in that whole album, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But I appreciate it now. It's like as a whole package, it's a great listen. And those songs that are legit songs, they're fucking bangers. Let's see, you got The Grudge, which is amazing. And you got
the Tism Schism.
Yeah, you got Schism or whatever. And then you got Parabola. And then you got Lateralus. And you got Ticks and Leeches.
See, I think they should make sequels to Schism and make them all have the ism in it. Like the new album should have Tism. And then the next album could have Jism.
I don't think I'm missing anything. I counted 5 like real songs on it. And the rest of it's like these crazy instrumentals or segue tracks. Like like Parable leads into Parabola or whatever, and shit like that. Oh, I guess The Patience on there too. So that's a great song.
All we need is just a little patience.
I fucking missed out, man. I didn't realize a few weeks ago that they announced a second leg, an arena leg of the Guns N' Roses tour. And and I fucking didn't even notice it, man. And I fucking jumped on to see what tickets were going for. And of course, they're all in the second market. They got 2 shows in Vegas, I think in November. And you know how the second market works. It's like fucking the cheapest seat's like $900. It's like, fuck this. And I was bummed. We live in an era now where going to live shows is ruined. It's just ruined. The whole experience is ruined because unless you fight at getting tickets during the pre-sale, which you still have to compete with other people that are like trying to flip them or, you know, the second market or whatever. And you're not going to pay at face value. And it sucks.
Yeah, I don't go see too many huge bands. So when I go to a concert, I'm still fucking standing right in front of them on the floor and shit. That's donk.
Yeah. Yeah. But and I like that too. But the older I get, every now and again, it's like, you know, it's kind of nice just to have a seat and enjoy a show. I feel it with age. I'm kind of like, I'm looking forward to going to see the Rolling Stones. I don't need to fucking stand on my feet and see the Rolling. I'm not gonna mosh to Rolling Stones. I don't fucking do that shit anymore.
You got to fucking mosh to Rolling Stones though.
No, I just want to sit in my seat.
Go fucking beat the shit out of some fucking 40-something, some boomers. Like, I'll show you boomers, you fucking bitch.
When I saw GNR at the stadium when they first started this reunion tour, the whole stadium, the whole floor was seated. Everything was seated. So, yeah.
You know what they need to do? They need to make fucking Detroit Rock City 2, where the gangs get back together and they're going to see the fucking they're going to see the reunion concert of fucking Guns N' Roses. And still just call it Detroit Rock City 2. It'd be like, fucking Kiss sucks now. Who cares?
That would be rad. Sadly, after all this Terminator nonsense, it doesn't seem like this movie's going to be Edward Furlong's chance at redemption.
See, we need to get fucking Rifkin making fucking Paradise City the sequel to. That's what it'll be called, Paradise City. It's a sequel to fucking Detroit Rock City. It's got the whole gang back. We're going to Detroit, Michigan to see Guns N' fucking Roses.
Dude, I can't get off of the Terminator thing. It pisses me off because them trying to make an announcement, an event saying, "Oh, Edward Furlong is returning as John Connor." Woo! No, it's nothing but a stunt because clearly
It's probably got to be like a cameo.
No, it's stupid because they get to have their cake eat it too. Like, well, we get to, gain legitimacy by, assuring people that this is a direct follow-up to the second one and we're retconning all the other ones. So to do that, we want to be able to cast Eddie Furlong, but you know what? He's also kind of he's Eddie Furlong, right? But so we're not going to fucking make him substantial to the role. And I don't know. I don't want to talk about it too much on here, but if you're not going to see it, I'll fucking tell you all about it off the air.
I want to fuck Eddie Furlong.
Yeah. I want to give him another chance, man. Is he off the drugs? Is he off it?
I don't know. I hope he's still on him. He's a fucking wild man. You want some wild man in your life.
He looks pretty good right now. I mean, doesn't he? It doesn't. Who was it that took a photo with him that we follow? I can't fuck. Felissa Rose was at a convention with him, right? And she sat next to him all weekend, and she was taking pictures with him, and he didn't look too.
Tiffany Shepis had one too with him.
He didn't look too bad, did he?
No. He didn't look like he was wearing a fucking Eddie Furlong mask.
He looked pretty healthy. And I bet you some of that has to do with, hey, look, we're gonna let you have a walk-on part on this new Terminator movie. So get your ass in shape. So maybe that's part of it too. But I don't know. You know what else is too? I don't think as a kid, he's a kid. All kids kind of look like kids. But as he grew up, he never really grew into his fucking body. He just kind of looks like a little kid still. Does he really look like the savior of mankind?
He looks like fucking like especially at the fucking Demons remake, Night of the Demons.
He just looks like Eddie Furlong never grew up. He looks like he's 20. He looks like he's an adult version of the kid, if that makes sense. Like you still look like the little kid.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's really weird. But I'm dying to meet him because I wouldn't want him to sign that fucking album. No one ever asked him about that fucking CD.
What if he made like a pact every time somebody brings him a copy that he's going to break it? Like, yeah, I can't let you take that home. Sorry.
I really don't think it's wide known. There was only that one person that uploaded it to YouTube, and that was just last year. It had somehow been buried and swept under a rug for this long.
What if it was him? What if he uploaded? He's like,
yeah,
they were sleeping on this shit back in the day.
Now they're ready for it. The kids today will get it. They're all into the
the cringe core.
No, you know what his thinking was? Cringe core. You know what his thought process was? Well, you know, back then the Koreans, they loved this, and now all the American kids are all about Korean culture and they like all the shit they like, so they're gonna like it now too. You know? No, I watched a Watch Mojo video, the stupid like fucking videos they put out, and it was brand new, and it's basically whatever happened to Edward Furlong, and they kind of went through all this shit of his rise and fall and all this stuff, and they didn't mention the CD either. I'm like, well, somebody mention it. One thing I didn't know is when he was doing T2, he got with his stand-in, right?
Mm-hmm.
And his stand-in was much older than him.
He got with him, like dated?
Dude, yeah, they started dating. He was 13 and she was like 28 or 29.
Mm.
And his legal guardian was his uncle, right? He didn't know his dad, and his mom was like a junkie or something. I don't know. And it's weird because his legal guardian tried to press something against that, and nothing ever happened of it. It did, you know, and they lived together. Dude, fucking some little kid Furlong lived with an almost 30-year-old woman. They fucked.
Yeah, that's probably what did it. Fucking, he grew up too fast.
No, exactly 100%. And I guess he was quoted later in his life, you know, probably somewhat recently, that, you know, if I could go back in time, pun intended, right, like Terminator, I would just, that relationship should have never happened. And he's like, the problem is like nobody told me that it wasn't good for me. You know, he was a kid, whatever. Sounds like his uncle was trying to. So maybe he was surrounded by agents and bullshit, you know?
Maybe he thought his uncle was just trying to cock block him. He didn't come right out and say it was bad for me. He just fucking being a dick, I thought.
No, well then
supposedly
the lawyers, supposedly Edward Furlong's lawyer said what's put the kibosh on it was, well, technically since the minor isn't complaining, we can't do anything. Like, what?
How does that work?
It sounds to me like the fucking lawyer was trying to keep the talent and the agents and all that stuff happy.
See all these stupid kids that are fucking their hot teachers. If only you wouldn't complain.
That's what I'm saying. Like, no, you can't smoke that dope. You're not complaining. You want to smoke dope with your friends? All right, we got nothing. It doesn't make any sense.
Well, when you're rich and you're in Hollywood, there's a different set of standards for you.
I really think that's the case, right? And someone like that, there's a bit of a double standard, right?
Mm-hmm.
She was fine. Edward Furlong got to sit there and fuck and whatever. They might have got married eventually. I don't know, but yeah, that doesn't happen, man. So today, if you have a 29-year-old guy getting with a 13-year-old actress, oh man, fucking shit is flying. That's not gonna fly.
Literally, they'll shit in their hands and start throwing it at you. Fucking autism, screeching.
People talk about the Drake thing. You ever see that, where they're talking about Drake and his relationship with Millie Bobby Brown, the chick from Stranger Things, that 13-year-old, 12-year-old, whatever?
He's fucking a 13-year-old. What?
No. I'm not trying to say that, but they question their relationship because because she came out innocently enough as somebody that wouldn't know any better, saying, "Oh, Drake texts me all the time. We're really close. He's always texting me late at night and talking to me." And everybody's like, "What does a fucking 30-year-old guy or whatever
cringe
have in common with a 12-year-old Lolita type?"
Is she really that young?
She's fucking young. And then that goes off into another direction where they're like, well, why are they sexualizing little girls and having her all made up and she's on the cover of Vogue dressed like a woman? You know what I mean? They sexualize like kids.
Fuck yeah. That's hot.
Hollywood's always done that, man. But anyway, it is weird. It is fucking weird. And look, even if it is just consensual and Drake's just being a nice dude, fucking stay away. Don't do that. Just don't do it. For the sake of how it looks, don't do it.
You ever watch those like fucking documentaries about the crazy moms that put their kids in beauty pageants?
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, it is
too.
real fucked up. They're living vicariously through their fucking kids.
Mm-hmm.
And a grown woman is going to have a different perception than what a little kid would have. So let's make her look like a total whore. It's so weird. There was another story about that too. Did you see that? This was like recent, like yesterday. Travis Barker, you know that because you worship that fucking band. Travis Barker, his daughter, who is like 13, she's 13. I guess there was some guy in some band that's not nearly as big of an age gap, but he's 20. He was slipping in his daughter's DMs, trying to invite her out to a party and trying, just be questionable. And I guess he intercepted and called him out and said, called him whatever. And of course, this guy did damage control. Like, oh, I didn't know. Once I found out how old she was, I stopped. Like, okay. And but the pictures they were showing, this little girl dresses like she's 30 with like makeup down the 9 and all this stuff. Like, man.
Well, fun fact, there's this chick that got a job at Walmart recently. Every time I go in there, I'm like, that chick is pretty cute though. And I'm always like, oh, I can't tell her name. Like her name tag's always fucking flipped around and shit. So I'm coming up with these schemes. Like, the glasses section, it's always fucking closed. Why? I really don't know. But hey, I'll use that as something to ask her. I'll be like, hey, can I go back there and just get some of those wipes for my glasses? But yeah, she's always fucking busy. And then so I find out she's like 19. I'm like, well, fuck that.
Oh,
She gotta be at least 20.
Oh, 19's legal.
I know, but it's fucking 19. That's a little too young.
Yeah, I respect that. But I'm saying, I thought you were going to say she was like 16, like, because that would be more in theme with what we're talking about, like illegal. Or no, it turns out she was 13. Like, how does he have a job?
Yeah, you fucking forget, like, oh yeah, you see people at jobs and you forget, like, oh yeah, they let you get a job at 16 for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah. Giving a 16-year-old a job is better than letting them drive. I'm kind of shocked we let 16-year-olds drive.
I'm surprised any of us drive at this point.
Look, I get it, but think about it. I'd be interested to see the statistics on how many car accidents, whether they're serious or fender benders or whatever, are attributed to new drivers, right? And I get it. You all got to learn sometime. So my thing is, okay, not necessarily up the age to 18. I'm not saying that's the answer, but why not give 16-year-olds a limited license, right? Like you all have to have your permits. Okay, that's normal. You get your license, but since you're 16 and you're a new driver, get a limited license that limits you to getting on freeways, let's say, right? You can only drive in the city. That automatically should eliminate most chances for a catastrophe of a wreck because you're keeping your speed limit to like 35, 45.
Do most wrecks happen like in the fucking boonies?
I have no idea, but at least a whole bunch of people aren't going to get fucking killed.
I would assume it's mostly in cities, actually.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm confused what you're saying. Okay, look, you don't understand because you live in a small town and you probably don't have...
Did you say limit them to only driving in the cities?
Yes. But what I mean is in city traffic, right? So staying off the interstates, staying off maybe even the freeways, right? Because you can take all that shit to get around the city faster.
Oh, I thought you said stick to those, not limit from those.
No. I'm saying you're limited from getting on like the freeways and the interstates. Because that's where you could do major fucking damage.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's where you go faster. That's where you're going 65, 75 miles an hour. So I think a limited license that at first restricts you from getting on those types of roads, and you have to stay on the inner city streets. You know what I mean? The traffic lights and shit.
Fuck that. We got to speed up the death of the human race. If I'm president, fucking kids as young as 5 are going to be driving cars on the interstate.
You know? And maybe just do that till you're 17. You know, when I was a kid and I learned to drive, I'd say I was a timid driver. I wouldn't say I was like, I'd say I was the right amount of confident where I was timid enough to where I knew the severity of driving and the responsibilities involved and what somebody's capable of doing. So,
you know what's funny? Go ahead. Yeah.
Well, I was just saying,
got a funny story though.
Some people get their license, and they're fucking just balls to the wall, man. They want to go 90 miles an hour and they drive across the country when they're 16. That wasn't me, man. I took it in stride. So when I was 16, I limited myself. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to drive like from here to work and around the city. You know, I'm not going to keep it pretty simple, inner city. I'm not going to get too crazy. And then I slowly graduated up myself. I'm like, okay, now I'm going to start using the freeways. And then it wasn't for a little bit that I started actually, I think I'd been driving. I think I hadn't been driving, but like 3 years before I went, you know, out of town. And then I drove like 6 hours or 7 to Omaha or something, 6 or 7 hours away. But I had been driving for a few years at that point. So that was my personal speed. And I think if I were to jump on the, interstates at 16, I don't think I would have been ready.
You remember like whenever you were like first learned how to drive and you were getting behind the wheel and driving, did you ever get a boner?
No, that's weird.
Yeah, I got a boner all the time. I guess it was just like, oh, I'm operating a motor vehicle. I can kill somebody. I'm so fucking hard right now. God damn it. It's similar to when people shoot a gun, they get a boner. The power. You just imagine a human person there and just fucking smash it.
So what's the farthest you've ever driven yourself?
I don't fucking know.
Have you ever driven out of your town?
I needs to. I made a resolution. The next year, the 2020 is gonna be the year I do my shit. I'm gonna go on fucking adventures.
Okay.
Gonna go all the fucking concerts I want to go. Oh, there he is, motherfucker. Suit him over that.
So, so you've never actually driven your car out of your town, right?
Not far out of my town, no.
Okay. So, do you have an opportunity? Have you had an opportunity to get on interstates or no? Probably not.
Like once or twice.
Like an actual legit interstate or a highway?
Probably a bit more like a highway.
Okay, a highway's, basic exits, and it's like usually a couple of lanes. You know, an interstate's like fucking 4 or 5 lanes. It's big, right? It's literally the interstate. It connects all the to go across country. That's a whole different ballpark. Hey, speaking of the year of you adventuring out and stuff, Josh was talking to me, and he was talking about different. He was just talking about channel shit and just the podcasts and stuff like that, and we were talking about things that woulda, coulda, shoulda, things I wish we could do. And it just doesn't work out. The fact that we live in different areas, that sucks. Because the only other thing I think I would change about what we do as a format is if we lived right next to each other or something like that, or in the same town, I would be doing video podcasts with you. We would upgrade to that, don't you think? Mm-hmm. We'd be doing a video podcast. So
once I become president and put all the bullet trains, we'll be meeting up. It'll just take a couple hours, baby.
I'm saying, man, if you ever wanted to move out here, I'm just saying we would do it. If you ever want to move out to Arizona, we'll do video podcasts.
Hey, fuck you, move where I live. Then you can check out my bathroom, all the shits in there.
I'm not gonna move out to the boonies, man.
Okay.
See, you want to go to all these concerts you love, man. They're all in Phoenix. They all come out here.
Fucking hot though. I suck.
But we don't get cold though.
I like cold better.
You like your pipes freezing?
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
I don't like taking showers anyway.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
See, this is I love this as a kid. This is like the fucking greatest. Yeah, we're gonna have fucking him incognito going through these fucking scenes that he went through the first. That's donk shit. It's almost like it was written by me as a kid. I love this shit.
So one of our Mac and Zach movies has to be time travel. And I know that makes it sound even more like Bill and Ted, but it'll be different, trust me. But you got to somehow do it.
Oh, yeah.
Whereas Bill and Ted is kind of centered around time travel, this will just be one installment, like a Hardy Boys mystery. Like Mac and Zach, shoot dope. And then you have Mac and Zach go through time. Woo.
It could be the episode or the movie where we meet with Bill and Ted, the crossover. It's built right in. So
we got to plan that one to be a later installment. That way we've assured that it's a really popular franchise and we're going to guarantee getting Keanu and Alex Winters involved, right?
They'll be like, I don't know if I want to be in this movie about these guys that joke about pedophilia and shit.
That'd be a cool story to tell to Reeves, right? Like when he signs on, be like, what's funny is when we were talking about this during a shitty podcast we do fucking 15, 20 years ago, we intentionally wrote this into the canon like George Lucas as the 6th installment because we knew we were going to be the shit and you guys were going to be in our movie. We George Lucased it.
Hell yeah. And then I could tell him that story about how that time I told the story about the kid that fucked his sister in the back of the pickup truck. And then I brought up his name, that was the way he fucking got over it. Like his psychiatrist told him, no, that was Keanu Reeves that did that.
Oh, that's how you spin it. Keanu Reeves was the guy that went to prison after he fucked his sister, and that's the story. Is he gets out of prison, and it's like a Debo situation. He's coming for you, man. Dude, that would have to be part of the Mac and Zach arc. Is like the whole sister fucker thing in a movie. We got to write that in, and then he's getting out of jail like Debo because we doxed him on our podcast. But
I'd be dog.
But in this universe, you doxed him on the Mac and Zach Save the World podcast because maybe you guys have a podcast in the movie world too.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds like, and Pauly Shore can play that fucking incest freak.
And he's also a drug dealer.
And he's a drug dealer. Okay.
Yeah.
There really is ideas there, man. It's pretty funny.
Fucking Mac and Zach, it's loaded with ideas. You can't fucking shake the ideas off.
Yeah. I had this thought and I lost it. I wanted to say it and I can't remember what it was.
Here's a fun fact. In the first draft of the script, Marty's middle name was Hopkins.
The last name? Marty Hopkins?
The middle name.
What? Marty Hopkins McFly?
That's what I said.
Wow.
Yeah.
What's the point of giving anybody a middle name?
I fucking know. I guess maybe it said his name somewhere. What's his middle name in this version?
Does he have one?
I'll fucking remember.
Does he have one?
I don't think they say it.
I think it's kind of pointless.
I'd fuck him though.
Gosh, man, I was going to say something and I can't fucking remember it. It pisses me off. Old age, I tell you what. What's the Mac been up to, man?
We just recorded a new episode last night.
Oh, yeah? What'd you guys record?
Ghoulies.
The first one, okay. I almost watched Ghoulies last night because I finally dug into the Joe Bob Blu-rays you gave me at Crypticon. Zach burned me some Joe Bob Monster Vision Blu-rays that some guy had edited. He replaced the televised movie clips with the unedited stuff. So it's like Joe Bob unedited. And Ghoulies was on there. But I watched Maximum Overdrive for some reason. That movie's shitty. But I noticed that the film portions are like at half frame rate. Is that the way they all are?
I don't know. The fucking retard fucked it up. The guy did it.
Have you not watched any of them?
I watched a couple. I didn't notice.
You would have noticed. So maybe, what did you watch? Because maybe those are okay. That's what I'm saying. Maybe all the movies are different, and if they're not all like that. But the Joe Bob scenes are fine because they just look like they're ripped off TV. So the quality itself is of the day, but at least it's not like choppy. Then when it cuts to the movie, it's almost like a Sega CD video, where it's like it's not unwatchable, but it's distracting.
Mm-hmm.
So other than that, it's really fucking neat. Is there a particular episode I should dive into? Like I should that you recommend I should watch? Because I don't remember too many of them. Like specifically, I remember that episode. Right? I don't remember. I remember the episode I don't remember what Joe Bob said in conjunction with what movie necessarily.
Mm-hmm.
Like, which one is good?
Nothing's coming to mind. I haven't jumped into them a lot yet. I did watch the Ghoulies one because, I freshened up on the movie before we did it. I watched that version. And, the first Ghoulies is the worst in the series, unless 4's worse. I haven't seen...
Whoa, did you watch the Joe Bob one you said?
Yeah.
Okay, and that was recently, and you didn't notice any lag or any, like, frame droppage in the film?
No.
Okay. Did I notice, is Chud on there? Did I see Chud there last night?
He did that on the Shudder one.
Dude, I don't know if Joe Bob can save Chud. You know, I've never been able to finish Chud. Every time I try and watch it, I fall asleep. I cannot fucking get through it.
It's not good. Did you buy that on Blu-ray?
Yeah, I did. I'm like, I'm going to give it another chance. And I can't get through it. The last time
all we are saying
is give Chud a chance. I've given it quite a few chances in my life. And the last time I tried watching it was fucking a few weeks back, actually. I think it's streaming. Maybe I was watching it on Shudder. You're right.
That's why I say Chud 2 is the better movie, because it's actually fucking so bad it's good.
Yeah, I can't finish it. I don't know how Chud ends. For the life of me, I don't know how it ends.
I forget too, and I just fucking watched it not that long ago.
Oh my god, you just I can't make it halfway through it, dude. I've tried, and it sucks because you've got the it's not a reunion if they weren't in Home Alone yet, but what do you call it? But yeah, it's got Daniel Stern and John Hurt in it, and I want to like it, but alas, I do not. How did that movie even warrant a sequel? How did it get a sequel?
I don't fucking know. Yeah.
So obviously Billy Zane is in the past here. Was he in the first movie as these goons and I just not thinking about it?
It must be. It says he's in there. In the cast.
That lucky dog.
He was at fucking Horror Hound.
Why did his career go to shit?
He couldn't fucking top Critters 1.
And and he was, think about it, he was in the biggest at the time at biggest movie of all time, Titanic, and that really didn't amount to much. I've noticed that about James Cameron. He puts these actors that don't really take off, but they're in James Cameron movies, and they're some of the biggest movies in the world. Michael Biehn didn't take off, right?
Mm-hmm.
James Cameron puts him in Terminator. He puts him in fucking Aliens. But he never quite takes off outside of that. Avatar comes out and was the biggest movie of all time until literally last week when Avengers, I think, finally topped it. But the biggest movie of all time, and he puts that Sam Worthington guy in there, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that guy is a shit actor, by the way. James Cameron doesn't necessarily work with good actors, right? Think about it. Michael Bihn's not a great actor. Sam Worthington's not a great actor. Bill Paxton, for all his greatness and hokiness, he's not a great actor.
Mm-hmm.
And he always had a thing for working with those guys. Arnold Schwarzenegger's not a great actor, but it's interesting to me. But Sam Worthington, they tried putting him in one other movie or something, or two movies. I think he was in that, what's it called? Why can't I think of it? The Kraken. Fucking, what's that movie?
Fucking Clash the Titans.
Clash the Titans remake. They put him in that, bombed, and then he was in this fucking movie called Man on the Ledge, and nobody else will touch him. But yet he's in the Avatar movies, and he's going to be in the other two.
See, if they re-released this in theaters, they would have added that shot in the first movie.
Eh?
And then why is that there? You'll find out someday. If they would have fucking did the fucking thing, like Star Wars.
I think they should have somehow wrote it in that Marty got Chuck Berry into the shit kink.
Hell yeah.
That came later, man. He got him into farting in people's faces and jacking off.
That'd be cum-inducing.
Yeah, it is really neat, dude, how they pulled this off. The different angles and stuff. And I'm guessing, obviously they refilmed that part where he was on the side.
Mm-hmm.
That was new. You could tell it changed, but it's really cool how they did it.
Dog shit.
Bitches.
See, he could have killed him with that.
Yeah, he really could have, man. That shit weighed a lot. I mean, it's designed to like lift people, right, for stage productions.
Well, see, they would have added that in the first movie. He leaves the stage and notices that. We don't know why, but we'll find out.
Huh?
We'll watch 2.
Wait, explain it to me. Sorry.
If they would have fucking put these movies out, they would have, and did the fucking George Lucas added shit. They would have added that to the first movie, where he walks out and sees them laying there. But we don't know why.
Yeah.
Until the second movie.
Okay. Okay.
What do you not understand, bitch?
No, I understand what you're saying. I'm thinking about something else now.
See, if they would have added this whenever it showed him talking to them.
You would have saw him in the glass out there. That would have been cool though. No, not if they re-added it, but would it be really cool if they filmed all 3 of them back to back and they really did think that out? And then when you're watching the first one, you're like, what the fuck is Biff's face doing back there? Who's he talking to? No, that would have been rad.
Bit radmobile. That almost looks like they added him in later in the green screen.
Well, right there?
Yeah. It's probably just the copy we're watching.
Yeah, it kind of looks weird.
It's all fucking pixelated.
That's funny. Like, I wonder how they pulled off that effects back then.
Mm-hmm.
Because they had them both in the same, because that was actually Marty interacting with the current Biff. That was weird.
He stole this from my car!
Steal my stuff.
Steal my stuff.
I wonder why Biff didn't work too much more. I mean, I'd say he's probably typecast.
He could never fucking, match the success of Back to the Future.
The scene coming up here where they're in the tunnel.
Great scene.
I love it. I've always loved that scene. I always thought it looked really fucking cool.
It's a great fucking third act action scene. Like, holy shit, he's got to fucking get it he's got to fucking get that almanac now. He's saving the world. Let's see what else fucking Biff was in. Known for Back to the Future 3, Back to the Future 1, and Back to the Future 2. And then a movie in 2013 called The Heat.
Oh, 2000 when?
2013.
Oh, is that the Melissa McCarthy movie, The Heat? And look at it. And Sandra Bullock?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so someone threw him a bone. Got a few questions if you want me to go through them, Zach. So
go through them, but he was on an episode of Workaholics.
Yes, he was. They also put
an episode of the TV series of School of Rock that was on Nickelodeon.
Yeah, the Workaholics guys, they put in the Wheeze in an episode, and they put Dane Cook in an episode for some reason.
Hell yeah, the Wheeze.
All right, Pet Cemetery 2 commentary. Khalil Reed. Thank you, Khalil, for the comment. He says, "What happened to the burial ground? Did that burn too?" How would the burial ground burn?
In which movie?
Pet Cemetery 2.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
The house burned down. How would the burial ground burn down? I don't get it.
I don't know.
Ground doesn't burn.
He was high when he asked.
Maybe. But Zach, you told me what Pet Cemetery 2 is finally getting a Blu-ray release, huh?
Hell yeah.
Are you the one that put Brain Scan in our Voodoo box?
I thought you did.
Maybe.
Or no, I think Mac did that.
So what's funny is I remember seeing that and I wanted to watch it. I'm like, I don't think it's in there anymore. I think that's one of the movies that got purged from like shared, which is kind of a bummer because I don't want to fucking buy that bare bones copy off Scream Factory.
Well, it wasn't even a fucking Blu-ray copy. It was a fucking standard definition.
Well, that's the only version that's available on Vudu, right?
No. Oh, on Vudu, yeah, not the Blu-ray.
Yeah. Okay, so Benito Thunder Twat. That is the coolest name ever.
Fuck yes.
Benito Thunder Twat comments on It's Pat the movie. Why is what I'm going to say. He says, I love this movie. It's so bizarre and gross and original. All right. I got a few other words I could choose, use to describe it, but
it's an amazing film.
It's not good. It's a really short movie, but yet it feels like the longest thing ever.
Oh, it's the greatest film ever made. Fucking Quentin Tarantino had an unwriting credit on that.
I know, you told us that. That's fucking whack, dude. Did they, yeah, he just took his name from it. Like, I don't want to be a part of this. That's terrible. So, got a few questions. I'll round it off.
Biff was one of the voices in fucking All Real Monsters. He played a character named Marty.
Oh, well, okay.
How's dog? Duckman.
I love Duckman. I'd like to watch that. I keep forgetting about it. That's a show I kind of want to look up. I'm going to look it up right now so I don't forget. I want to go back and watch Duckman. I don't know if it's...
Sabrina the Teenage Witch. The original series.
Duckman full episodes. Okay, cool. They got a whole bunch on YouTube. I'll have to check them out. I don't know if it'll hold up, but Jason Alexander played Duckman.
Oh, he's in Born to Be Wild, that movie I put in the box with the fucking guy and his monkey. Disney one. That's dog.
Okay, that's in the box?
Yeah, he didn't even use his real name for it, though. That's a good sign.
So, look, I was thinking of ideas for exploitations, and we could literally do a monkey exploitation because you got Born to Be Wild, you got fucking Ed, you got Any Which Way But Loose, and its sequel, right? There's enough movies to do a whole monkey buddy comedy exploitation. And then, of course, we could do the dog buddy exploitation comedy. Dog exploitation month, and you have enough movies there, too.
Spooky buddies.
No, I mean like the buddy movies, not like buddy cop movies, right? So the king of them all is Turner and Hooch, right?
We gotta do bingo though someday.
No, listen. I'm talking about the buddy movies.
Yeah, I know. We gotta do bingo though.
I'm talking about where a human is paired up with a canine. So you
Fuck
got
those movies.
You got Turner and Hooch, which is the king. Then you have K9.
Mm-hmm. What's the one with fucking Chuck Norris?
That's Top Dog, man. You have K9 with Jim Belushi. You got Top Dog with Chuck Norris, which I actually...
You ever want to see a fucking dog outact Chuck Norris? Top Dog is the movie for you.
That movie is ridiculous. Have you actually seen that movie?
I have, and I always forget what happens in it.
It's fucking ridiculous. And you're right. The dog does outact Chuck Norris. It's fucking terrible. It's hilarious. I think I sent you guys a video of it the other day, a scene. But it's hilarious. And then, yeah, I mean, you could almost do like the kid movie too, the unlikely pairing of the kid and the adult. And you could do like Getting Even with Dad, or you can do like a Cop and a Half, shit like that.
Yeah, Cop and a Half is dog.
I've actually never seen Cop and a Half.
It's the greatest movie ever made.
Oh, yeah? Hey, so speaking of ideas for exploitations, we got a comment from David Capper, of course. And these are all going to be in response to Back to the Future, the first one. He says, y'all ready for this? Do. He does that. And He says, exploitation ideas reloaded. Dance exploitation. Flash dance. Jennifer Beals plays a wide-eyed young ballerina who works in construction by day and exotic dancer by night in hopes to chase her dream of classical ballet stardom. This flick invented hipsterdom, 20 years ahead of schedule. He also says Black Swan. Natalie Portman and Mila Kunis are bi-curious ballerinas in this
Black
cutthroat.
Swan is actually on my list of some of my favorite movies.
Okay, I love it when you interrupt me as I'm in the mid-sentence.
Yeah, I figured my shit's more important than yours.
So let me finish a sentence, then jump in. Just what you do. In the cutthroat world of New York theater, Dirty Dancing, a Swayze crazy summertime set of life lessons via dance and coming of age. And lastly, he says Showgirls, Paul Verhoeven's cinematic dumpster fire of a neon titty explosion starring Jessie Spano herself. That is the greatest log line that never was actually on that fucking movie box. That's what it should have said. That would have sold me the movie.
That's what we got to put as the description whenever we do that episode.
Look, I mean, would that not have sold you to see it? A cinematic dumpster fire of neon titty explosion starring Jessie Spano.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck yeah. Ticket. Give me 2. He also says, newsroom exploitation. You could do Spotlight. Michael Keaton and company uncover a vast diddling cover-up conspiracy. State of Play. Russell Crowe is an old-school reporter on the trail of a plot to blackmail a high-profile politician, played by Ben Affleck, while online reporters get in the way. Number 3, Woodward and Bernstein. Dustin Hoffman and Robert Redford delve into the Nixon-Watergate scandal with bell-bottoms, fat-ass ties, and sideburns aplenty. And he said 4, The Post. Oscar-contending flick from last year that seemed to be one long Oscar clip. Okay, any thoughts, he says.
What about the network?
Yeah, the post looks like shit to me. I just, nothing about that looks good. Yeah, I like Tom Hanks as much as the next guy, I guess, but there's nothing that looks good about a drama set in a newsroom starring fucking Meryl Streep, right? It just seems like watching paint dry to me. I can't stand Meryl Streep. If it's not Death Becomes Her, I don't want to see it. Spotlight was also an Oscar contender. That did win like a couple years ago, right? Best Picture. I'd probably sooner watch that one just because it's got Michael Keaton. The second movie he's been in where he played a newspaper reporter. He was in that movie, The Paper, right? The Ron Howard movie. Mm-hmm. I think Duvall was in that too. So what are our thoughts, Zach? What do you think of those suggestions? Oh, that's what William Lowry said. William Lowry actually piggybacked and he said, what about Network from 1966 or 1967 about a news station that exploits one of their own insane ramblings for the sake of reviews?
Hell yeah.
I've never seen Network. Have you?
I just watched it. It's on Netflix now.
Okay. Who's in that?
I forgot.
Okay. Oh, it's this guy from the Canadian comedy troupe. What was he on? Why can't I fucking spit it out? SCTV?
Yeah.
He's one of the... I can't fucking spit it out, man. Hey, Hoosers, right? No, he's not one of them. He was in Stripes and shit. Hey, Hoosers, that was a Strange Brew. That was Rick Moranis and Dave Thomas. But he's one of their cronies.
Hell yeah.
All right, Oliver Closeoff, he's coming to my aid here, and he's saying, I agree with Aaron. You should do the Universal Classic Monsters Month. So we're doing that next one. Next month, we're going to do Universal Classics. I think it's been decided, and that'll be a fun change of pace for everyone. Witch King says, keep it going. Back to the Future 2, baby. Well, here you go, Witch King. This is what we're doing.
Hell yeah. He's the king of the witches, too. Like, we're lucky we listened. He might fucking cast a spell on us.
Back to the Future. To round out Back to the Future, William Lowry says, all this Back to the Future talk and no mention of the other Marty, Eric Stoltz, a.k.a. Rocky Dennis. If you want to see Tom Wilson, Biff, flex his acting chops beyond being a bully, y'all should watch April Fool's Day. Okay, Zach already mentioned April Fool's Day earlier. And as far as the first part of your comment, this is what you get for commenting before you're done listening to the commentary. Mm-hmm. Because did we not talk about that?
It looks like he did a lot of cartoon voice acting.
Yeah. Biff. I mean, that's where actors go to die. You know, it's like when they can't get real work, they can always find work doing cartoons.
See, I'd almost rather fucking work doing that.
No, I wasn't putting it down. I've always actually wanted to do it. I think it'd be great. You get to show up in your pajamas, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's got to be once you do it once, dude, it's got to be the easiest thing to do, right?
Use an episode of SpongeBob too.
Yeah. So yeah, if you waited till I think around 2/3 of the way through, we finally mentioned. I think I even said something like that. Like, how did we go this long without mentioning Eric Stoltz? And then we kind of went into that whole thing, and we even had a sidebar thought of what if he had kept the role, and then Marty McFly went on to play Rocky Dennis.
Oh yeah, I came up with a funny meme too. I just remember this. Bee-sploitation. That's whenever we do the fucking remake of Wicker Man. The bees! And then we could do My Girl. And what's another fucking bee-sploitation movie?
Bee movie, Candyman. Candyman was killed by bees.
Oh yeah.
And it's got bees in the front.
That's going to be fun, by the way, when we do fucking Wicker Man remake. It's going to be donk.
Oh, the remake?
Mm-hmm.
I think, no, because we got to do, so this coming week, as of recording this right now, here in a few days, we're going to do Cinema Enema, and we got to do Zach's pick of the original Wicker Man. It sucks that we're doing that, because I was going to suggest our commentary that week should also be the Nicolas Cage Wicker Man, but we can't do that because we're going to be smack dab doing these in the middle of that, so that's not going to work out.
We could do it, and then I'll just release it whenever we do the Wicker Man commentary.
But the Wicker Man commentary is coming out. What are you talking about?
It's going to take a while to edit it, baby. We don't record it and then it just goes up. Just because that's all you do doesn't mean that's all it needs done, baby.
Yeah, but It doesn't take that long.
It does.
Because we're gonna be tied down. Well, let me think. We're gonna be tied down for Back to the Future for the next couple weeks.
There's only one more movie.
Well, we're also gonna do E.T. I think. Look at that. Was this in the real theatrical? They actually edited, got all this done too to show this.
Yeah, they shot them back to back, so they could do this.
So it was like a TV show, like next time on Back to the Future.
I don't know if this was in the theatrical version, though. I don't know.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Wouldn't that have been weird being in theater? Like, what the fuck? There's another movie
Yeah.
that I don't get to see?
Yeah, see, anytime they did that with fucking Sleepaway Camp 2 and Tree, and Tree just seemed like fucking B-sides. Like, this is the shit that wasn't good enough to make it in the other movie. This movie still was good.
Well, and yeah, it's totally different. So it's clearly not B-sides.
Mm-hmm.
But no, it's pretty rad, man. Yeah, so it's whatever. Maybe it will work out like that. Maybe the cinema enema will go up and then everything will be paced out to where the next week at least, back-to-back weeks, the shitty Nicolas Cage one. But we got to do fucking Universal Monsters. So maybe if timing works out, the Nicolas Cage Wicker Man could be like the stopgap in between ending this month and starting the next one, right?
Mm-hmm.
We'll figure something else out. But Zach's really excited about doing the Wicker Man, both versions, so...
Yeah, we're going to see the good one, and then we'll have the shitty one to just talk over and make fun of. It'll be donk.
Yeah. But anyway, Back to the Future 2, everybody. It's a great sequel.
It's cum-inducing.
And, yeah, for what it is, I love the third one, too. Third one was great, too. Not as good as the first two for some reason. I don't know what that comes down to. I think maybe that comes down to it just being a limited set, right? The movie seems smaller in scope. Mm-hmm. It really is. Because Marty in this one, literally, and I also think it's also because it's just following these movies. This movie, he literally went all over the place. He went to the future, he went to the past, he went to an alternate present, and it went all over. And technically at the start of the movie, he was in the real present. So we went to a multitude of different angles. And then now we're just going to stay in the past. And we're going to pretty much stay on that fucking dirt lot and, the saloon and... we're just going to keep it contained like that. So maybe that's
the scenery is bland, but the story is good.
So I think that's really what it is. I just think it's the way people are looking at it. But it's good, and we're looking forward to doing it and rounding that out. Let us know if you guys have any questions for part 3.
Apparently, also, I was going to bring this up on the last country, but I forgot. There's a scene in the third movie where the kid is grabbing his dick. And the scene where they're talking at the end and his little son comes out. Apparently, if you watch the kid, he grabs his dick a couple times.
That's funny.
And it's funny, and it has people meme about it because it's the other movie that the same guy directed was another Michael J. Fox classic, fucking Teen Wolf.
Where the
and
dick.
In that movie, there's the guy with the dick in the background.
Yeah, it's kind of tempting. Maybe we should do that. So I was thinking, after we do these 3 movies, that leaves one more week, and I'm like, well, maybe we could throw E.T. in there, but maybe we should just round it off with Teen Wolf, and we can also call it Michael J. Fox exploitation.
We could.
We just call it a complete Michael J. Fox. That sounds like a cool idea. But yeah, regardless, let us know if you guys have any questions or feedback or anything you want us to address when we do part 3. And also, as usual, if you guys are on YouTube, make sure you guys are liking us and subscribing and hitting the notification bell and sharing us with all your friends, family, and kin. And also know we're on every podcast service that you can imagine. So please follow the links in the descriptions below YouTube videos if that's where you're at. And it'll take you to your podcast service of choice where you can leave us 5-star ratings, reviews, and things of the such that will, do really well by us and help garner us a little bit more attention. And yeah, get us out there. We've already said this is going to be the year of revival. And I know we're in the middle of the year, but when I say that is, let's make the last half of this year the year of revival and into 2020. Let's really expand. Let's grow. And follow us on social media. We're gonna try and pay more attention to doing that stuff. Like I was saying, if you guys are listening to this, that means there's a giveaway live right now, right? So just make sure you guys are following us on social media because I'm not really sure where it's at the moment. But between Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, giving away some really cool art prints we acquired at the convention. And then I don't think it's going to be this week, but we're also going to be giving away the autographed Night 90 Tony Todd DVD. And we got the autographed House of 1,000 Corpses. I believe that's got Sid Haig and what's his fucking dick? Why can't I think of his name? Bill Moseley. So some shit like that. So just follow us on social media and you'll have the up-to-date stuff. And other than that, also know a great way of supporting the channel is knowing that we have merchandise. So you guys can go over to our Teespring. We got links in all the videos as well. And pick up a shirt. We got Revival House stuff. We got Mac and Zach stuff. We got BTM stuff. Something for everybody. So anyway, that's all we got. Zach, you got any final comments?
Fuck her right the pussy.
True words. All right, guys. We'll see you later. Bye-bye, puppets.
End of the week at the Revival House. Next month's theme, you gotta figure it out. Italian zombies or Pauly Shore. A slasher with a knife and the girl next door. And 1 second in, get it all queued up and ready, hit play in 3, 2, 1. Bye-bye, puppets. Zach Pete in a solo cut band. Couldn't miss Cameron's loving. Josh and Scott failed and Riverman's babe. Bye-bye, puppets. Sounds good, like this country used to.
Oh, hey, yeah, Mr. P. Shivers, what's going on? Welcome back to the Mr. P. Shivers show. Oh, yeah, like I said, I'm gonna be fucking taking over the world, and I do it with, one podcast at a time. I was just thinking about, Aaron, say, on his that podcast that, Mr. P. Shivers, you don't, it is awkward. Let me tell you something, Mr. Aaron Lipscomb. Go fuck yourself, brah. I mean, I live on a different plane than you. A different plane! And, that's why you're always chasing the dragon, bro. Because you don't ever live on your own plane. But I live on my own plane. Just like Riverman lives on his own plane. You know? It says, that's why you never understand Zach. Because Zach lives on his own plane. And, I'm Mr. P. Shivers, and I will never fucking bow to you, motherfucker, because you're never gonna be the alpha male of this group. Never gonna be the alpha male of this group. You hear what I'm saying? Bro? Oh, yeah. If I ever see you in fucking Kansas City, I'll fucking front on you like a motherfucker. I will fucking take you down. This is not what I'm about. It's not what I'm about. But they know. They all know. Aaron. Yeah, we all know. Anyway, check out Mr. P. Shivers. Check out my YouTube channel. I'm gonna be sweeping the nation. Sweeping the nation. I know there's a lot of politics going on right now, but I can tell you, Mr. P. Shiver, if I fucking ran for government, I'd be your fucking mayor. I'd be your mayor and I'd slap you in your little bitch face. Fuck you.
Revival House 2019, y'all. That sounds like fire, like this country used to.